Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Today we cover the biggie. Yes, it is easy to create a schedule. It is easy to learn what ADHD is and how it affects your kid. But today we cover how to stay cool when your kid is anything but. So, while I'm pulling up the slideshow, I want you guys to tell me in the comments what is your most challenging struggle? Where do you lose your cool? For me, it is probably in the repeating myself 50 times, and then my kid has an attitude. So then I'm like, yeah. So tell me what your least favorite part of ADHD parenting is. And again, no shame in your game. I mean, we all lose our cool. Actually, how I even got here, to be honest, how I even became an ADHD parent coach was because I was exactly where you are and I needed the help. I needed all of it. So let's get started. Mastering emotional management for us first and then our children. So, how to keep it together when you are one meltdown away from everybody crying. So, this week, again, we're going to cover the emotional basket cases that we all are and how it affects our children and how we can help them thrive, but also so that, we can thrive because, girl, I need it too. And for whatever reason, now my video does not want to cooperate. Okay. Emotional dysregulation 101, also known as why is everybody crying? So ADHD kids tend to feel everything intensified, and that includes joy and happiness and excitement, but also overwhelm, tears, and all of the negative. Emotional dysregulation equals big feelings. So small tools to help them manage that equals, how to help them with transition meltdowns or screaming over the wrong color of their socks. Like this morning, we're having a constant issue of the new hoodies that we have bought my son for fall are leaving lint on his shirt. So yes, that is my morning struggle right now. So if he has on a black shirt, which he did this morning, and I give him a gray hoodie, it is leaving white lint on his shirt. And that is way too much to handle for us. So, fun fact, emotional dysregulation is not just for our kiddos, even though theirs is hijacked by ADHD, there's a small chance ours is too. But also, we can become dysregulated. I notice myself after, it seems like early in the day, I have a ton of emotional regulation. I'm like, okay, he's struggling, so I can help him. And then by lunch or midday, I'm using up my reserves. And then by the end of the day, most of the time, I'm like, yeah, so we could all use some regulation. And snapping. Yes, that is me when I am exhausted and my energy's running down, and then it's like bath time and bedtime, and I feel like we have a strict 8:30 bedtime, even though that should be like a range of 8:20 to 8:40, but I'm like, it's 8:30, so I need to work on myself as well. What emotional dysregulation looks like in our kids. Meltdowns from seemingly small triggers that we may not even see. Buckle up. Yes, they're coming for you. Hypersensitivity to criticism. Mommy, you don't love me, even over something small like screen time. Or a refusal of a second snack before dinner type thing. Inability to calm down once upset. So if you will notice, sometimes a very seemingly small trigger can lead to a 10-minute meltdown or a 30-minute meltdown, or it could even affect their mood for the rest of the day. Emotional regulation would look like, okay, something triggered me, and in the next 30 seconds to 5 minutes, I am able to self soothe and calm down. But if that doesn't happen, that is emotional dysregulation. What it can look like for you, that simmering rage when they spilled the third cup of juice on the carpet this morning, crying in the laundry room because you can't handle one more question, snapping at everyone because you haven't had a moment to breathe. So, bottom line, emotional dysregulation isn't fun. It is normal for ADHD brains, both yours and theirs. And I don't think that it needs to be said, but most of us also have ADD or ADHD. So, learning how to regulate ourselves will teach us how to regulate them, or vice versa. Sometimes you can start with learning how to regulate your child. And then by doing so, I definitely learned some tips and tricks for myself. The emotional toolkit that you need. Yes, you. All right. So, enough talking about the meltdowns. Let's talk about the tools that we can use for you and them, because freakouts are very real and we need to keep our crap together. For our kids, we are going to teach them how to hit the pause button, teach them to hit the pause button. You can correlate it with Netflix. So, when the movie's going and we need to take a break to go to the potty or get a snack, we're going to hit the pause. Pause, breathe, and think. Not magic, but close. And this will help them in many other areas of ADHD. This pause. We're going to stop. And that's not a luxury that our brains naturally have. So, by early on teaching them, whoa, before I act, before I think, or before I do anything, let's just chill. Label the feelings. When they're losing it, you can try saying, I see that you're feeling angry because, or you could also maybe not in that heated moment if that's not working for you, but you can label your own emotions throughout the day so that they get familiar with what that looks like. Mommy is really excited. I just got a promotion at work. Or mommy's a little worried. I have a presentation coming up later, and public speaking is my personal hell. So, labeling their own emotions, helping them understand what's going on and why they feel the way they do. And then that will help them learn, when I feel this in my body, that's typically blank. Calm down spots. Yes. Designate a cozy corner for them to calm down with their favorite things. And that can include tech, no judgment here, but it can also include books or sensory toys or plushies, whatever your child needs for just a small break. It is not a punishment. We're not sending them away for their feelings. I never want my kid to feel that. I don't want him to feel like this emotion is unacceptable. So go away to deal with that by yourself. This is go to your happy place. Go to a place where you can vibe and chill and regulate. Whenever you feel calm, come back and we can talk about it. Or when you feel calm, call me in and we can talk about it in your happy place. For us, yes, girl, me. The silent scream, yes, into a pillow works. Or I have had parents that will go out to the car and scream in the car with the music up so their kids think they're jamming out, but really they're freaking out. Tag team. If you're about to blow your lid, you can tag in a partner or call a friend. You can take a 5 minutes in the bathroom and lock the door if you have to. I strongly recommend that you childproof your house so that if you have to sneak away into a closet to scream or scroll cat videos or eat a piece of chocolate that your kids don't know about, and then that way you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about them doing something extremely dangerous because you can take 2 to 5 minutes and just unwind. Calming rituals. Wine and bubble baths is a good start, but also let's think mindfulness apps or some breath work is amazing. There are a couple of apps that I really like, Headspace, and I'm wanting to say the other one is Calm. But both of those have free meditations, or breath work that you can regulate yourself, because parenting a child with ADHD is challenging. Parenting a child with ADHD while also managing ADHD is like gasoline on the fire. So you got to work on you. You have to take care of you. You literally cannot be the best mom that you need to be when you are stressed out and triggered all the time. And I have so many parents that push back on that. As soon as I say, let's take care of ourselves and self care, they immediately roll their eyes. These are the same parents that tell me, I am triggered all the time. Baby girl, you are triggered all the time because you cannot take just a few minutes to woosah. And I know some of us are single parenting, some of us are, not in a situation where we have a partner or a village or a tribe to help us with these kids. I'm not saying you have to take a luxury spa day. I'm just saying do something for a couple of minutes in the middle of your chaotic day to reset yourself. You don't have to do everything. Not everything on your plate needs to be done right now. So childproof your house so that you can take those few minutes and work on you. I have surveyed over 25,000 ADHD parents at this point, and the number one pain point is this. The number one pain point is keeping my patience when my kid is losing theirs. This is it. This is the work. Like I said, schedules are easy. Changing our diets are easy. Learning how ADHD affects us. Even I would rather deal with the school than keep my patience all day. So this is like the work. Everything else will fall into place, but this is your work. So mindset shift, progress, not perfection, girl. Let's talk expectations. Your kid is not going to become an emotionally Zen master overnight. It's not going to happen. And you won't either. But what we can do is each day get a little bit better. What I'm offering is progress, not perfect, calm, 100% behavior. We're not aiming for that. We're not aiming for no meltdowns. We're aiming for fewer, less snapping, and a little more peace and chaos, just a little bit. Celebrate the tiny victories, and I mean really celebrate them. Create a success jar for your child or for your family when you were about to lose your poop and you didn't, or when they handled something really great, or celebrating you and celebrating them. You guys learned how to create a morning routine that worked for everybody. You got to school on time. Your kid walked the dog without having to be told 100 times. Celebrate all of your wins. And they are there. We just have to look for them. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath so that we don't yell after they spill the milk again. Or that they forget to flush, or something that they know to do, but they haven't got it done or haven't got it down today. Just take a deep breath. It's all going to work out. When it's time to repair, because we will lose it. And what a better way to teach them relationship repair than from the person who loves them the most. Guess what? We're all human, and sometimes we're going to completely lose our cool. Like, lose it. And that's okay. Apologize. Model healthy emotional regulation by apologizing to your kids when you overreact. You can say something like, I'm sorry, I yelled earlier, I was frustrated, I should not have shouted at you. Teach repair. Help your child to repair too. If they have a meltdown, come back and say later, I'm sorry I yelled. Can we talk about it? I definitely recommend repairing outside of that heated moment when everybody is dysregulated. I strongly recommend a practice of every night before bed, after you have taken a bath and brushed your teeth and maybe read a book, and you're laying there and everything is wonderful. I like to say something like, Mom did not handle that situation earlier the way I would have wanted to. If I had the opportunity to do it again, this is what I would do. Is there anything that you might want to handle better next time? And that is not going to fix everything immediately. However, you will start to see those moments, those quiet, calm, reflecting moments trickle into your day. And that, my friend, is wonderful. That is one of those victories you're going to put in the success jar. I cannot tell you how many times I celebrate, man, I almost lost my shit. And I didn't. And that's a win, right? That is a total win. Or if my kid has a meltdown, but it's a small meltdown when there was the opportunity for a huge meltdown, girl, that is also a win. Emotional management in action, some real life stories. Let's keep it real so that you can see how you can do them and manage it and see how badass you are. Scenario: the dinner table meltdown. Your kid won't eat the greens and chaos ensues. Management tip: stay calm. I know that's difficult. You can say something like, I can see you're really upset. Let's take a deep breath together and figure this green bean disaster out. Scenario 2: you're snapping over small stuff. You're about to scream because they forgot to brush their teeth again. Management tip: tag in a partner for your 2-minute break and breathe and breathe. And remind yourself that their teeth are not going to fall out over this one mishap. And maybe even I have some clients who have the little sand timers, something cool that they can look at, like I only have to brush my teeth for this much more sand. And while they are brushing their teeth with that timer for the 2 minutes, it works wonders. If that's not your vibe and you're like, I don't want to sit around and breathe, then scream or sneak an early coffee or extra glass of wine. Absolutely no judgment here. Or go out to the car and listen to your favorite song, whatever gets you in the mood, and then come back refreshed. Your homework assignment. This is the work. Practice the pause and label. Catch your kid mid-meltdown and practice pausing together. Label the feeling. Looks like you're angry. And practice helping them. We like to do a time in where we sit and cool down together. That way we don't have to time out because, like I said, I don't want to punish him. I don't want to punish him for natural emotions. That's crazy. And I don't want him to feel like certain emotions are not allowed around mom. So let's just sit here and calm down together, because if they're pissed off, more than likely, so are you. So let's everybody sit and calm. Repair and apologize. When you snap this week, because let's be real, we will, model emotional management by apologizing and explaining why you were upset. And if you can't do that in that moment and you're still both, use the nighttime reflection so that you can get back on track. Homework twist. Journal about a time you both managed a meltdown better than expected. Doesn't have to be perfect, just baby steps. So like I said, if my son has the opportunity and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be a huge meltdown, and it's like 30 seconds to a minute, girl, that's the win, right? That is like a total win for everybody. Listening assignment. Russell Barkley is like my ADHD hero. His 3-hour masterclass on YouTube changed my life. Not even kidding. After I had been receiving receiving ADHD parent coaching, I had been through multiple programs. I had been through so many trainings. And then I guess the universe was like, you're ready for this angel here. He is an ADHD expert and he's going to change your life. And that he did. I'm not asking you to listen to the 3-hour masterclass, even though. But find a episode where you can listen to him explaining emotional management, and it will help you see what is going on in your kid's brain if you don't have ADHD. If you do have ADHD, he might explain what's going on in your own brain, and then everything clicks for you. Closing thoughts. Emotional management is possible. As a woman who has changed my entire life, my entire core being to be a better parent for this kid from going to completely chaotic and frazzled 6 to 7 years ago to now I am sitting here teaching other people how to do it. You, my friend, can do it too. It is so possible, and I will gladly help you along the way. You will get better at this, and your kid will get better at this. Your kid is going to learn how to emotionally regulate with your help. It is a marathon, it is not a sprint. And if you trip along the way, I'll be here with some good snacks, stories, and wine. And remember, progress, not perfection. Now, go be the emotional ninjas that I know you can be. If you are at the end of this presentation and you were like, girl, that is so cute. That is so cute. But I need someone to help me. And no shame. I consider myself a very intelligent person. I can figure things out. I could not figure ADHD parenting out on my own. I could not figure out how to not be a stressed out, frazzled mess on my own. I needed someone to hold my hand through this process. And if that is you right now, there is a link in the bio to where you can work with me. Again, no shame. If you watch this presentation and you're like, I can do this, cool. If that's not you, find me in the description, click the link. I'm here to help, literally. I know you can do it because I did it and I was the worst of the worst. So find me in the description. Let me help. If not, and you got this, come back and tell me your wins. Come back and tell me when you guys almost lost your shit and you didn't, because that's a win. And I'll see you guys next week where we are going to talk about communication that doesn't suck. And I have a really cool guide for you guys on that. Bye.